Okay, welcome back to the second part of the Build Your Own Business Website tutorial series. In this part of the lesson, we will take a tour of the Bluehost dashboard. So what we do is we have to log into that first. So we'll visit that www.bluehost.com. Okay, enter our domain name, which in my case was byobtutorial.com. Enter our password and say login. Okay, here we are at the dashboard. And this is the control panel. This is where you control all of the elements of your website within Bluehost. The control panel here contains a large variety of tools. The first two categories of tools are promotional in nature. Under partners, you can see companies that have some special arrangement with Bluehost hoping to sell you services. Generally, when they say free, what they mean is that they offer you a base level of functionality for free, but the service you would probably want will cost you something. Secondly is the promotional. And I'm not sure that there's any real difference between promotional and partners, but here you can find different coupons for different types of services, such as Yahoo, Google AdWords, and so on and so forth. The next set of tools is preferences. Here you'll find basic account information and good help resources. In particular, under preferences, is this Getting Started wizard. If you select the Getting Started wizard, you'll see a list of tutorials that take you through the process of doing all of those things you will probably want to do with your hosting account. Go back over here to cPanel. So that's the Getting Started wizard. In addition to the Getting Started wizard is the how-to videos. Now they have lots and lots of videos here that you can look at. If you bump up against something that you don't have an answer for, if you want to supplement this video series, I'm sure you'll find them to be very helpful. Okay, go back to cPanel. Next in line is mail. And this is actually the first place we're going to start in the next lesson. Now that you have your domain name, you'll want to have an email address with that domain name, and you'll also want a way of accessing and using that email address, and we will address that here. This email address will also be necessary in order for you to set up the website. So in the next lesson, we'll be creating an email address and showing you how to link it to both Gmail and to Outlook. Next, we have files. You will likely use the file manager more than any other tool on the site. In later episodes, we will talk about how to use the backup wizard and how to deal with backups. We won't be using the FTP system. We will show you how to download an FTP client called FileZilla, which is very easy to work with, and we'll describe the whole FTP process when we get to that. Next, you have logs, where you can evaluate certain parts of your website and review its performance. This is an advanced set of tools that I hardly ever use. Next comes security, where you can deal with security elements of your website. And the next section is domains. In this section, the next section is domains, and this is the section where you control your domains. You have a domain manager, which we'll talk about more in the next lesson. But if you select this domain manager right now, you will see that you have a domain name already set up. It's already established, and its expiration date of a year from now. In this panel, you can also add more domains and perform other actions related to domains in your account. Back to cPanel. Scroll down to databases. We will be utilizing a database, but you won't realize it. It's going to happen without any of your interaction, and it won't require anything from you. Next is software. Once we get our mail set up and running, we will be installing WordPress, which from this location is a very simple thing to do. And finally, there's this advanced section, which at this point is not going to require anything from us. So that's your control panel. And that about wraps up lesson 1. You've established an account with Bluehost. You have established your domain name. In lesson 2, we'll talk about setting up email for this domain name and attaching it to one of your email clients.